Hello folks, welcome along to the channel. I'm the Custard Prophet. This is the ABC Journeyman. We're back with club number 6, which is AFC Wimbledon. We're right at the end of season 1. It is tight as a tiger, as you can see. We're just squeaking above QPR in the playoff, in the relegation zone by 2 points, but we're playing them today. So a win would put us 5 points ahead of them. A loss, they go ahead of us. So this is kind of an important one with matches running out. Yeah, that's right, folks. We are in a bit of a precarious position, but we've managed to put ourselves in this position. We might have been a lot worse off than we are now. We've just had a couple of victories back to back in the last 2 games, one of which was away against West Brom, which was absolutely massive. Okay, folks, you can see the results since that 1-1 draw against Plymouth, and yeah, there was a few of you who agreed with me that felt a little bit on the unfair side, but 1-1 against Plymouth. We then have played 3 matches. We had a friendly as well against Chesham, that we won 8-0, but look at those victories. A 1-0 loss against Reading. This was a fairly standard performance. We lost Xavier Simons to a sending off, which was disappointing, but you know, Reading, we weren't terrible in the game, but I don't think we did enough to win it. But then we went away against struggling Preston. We managed to get a really good result here, 2-1 victory. De Silva and Kofi Owusu got a goal. And not only did he score then, but he scored in the next game against West Brom, so, as well as Pagliakokis Athlanopolis, who we all can say very well. So happy to have both of those guys scoring. And yeah, he also scored a hat-trick against Chesham United. So he is set up and poised to give QPR some trouble. Now, interestingly enough, our board appear to be doing something. The chairman has said that he is going to potentially step down. With one of the board directors potentially taking over. Not sure if that's going to have an impact on finances if it does happen, but maybe a good thing to happen. We've just now got 7 games left and we've got QPR to go up against. Let's have a look at that table again, because it is an interesting one. It looks like it looks unlikely that Blackpool or Plymouth are going to get out of that. They need to win at least 4 games of their next 7, and that is a big ask. That is a big ask to get out of there. So no, Plymouth need to probably win 3 and draw 1, but they've not done that in an age, and they've not won a game in ages. So you're probably expecting those 2 to go down, and then probably one of ourselves, Preston, Huddersfield, or QPR. And we want to make sure it is not us. QPR though, look at the run of games that they have. This is horrible. After us, they play Villa, who are 5th, Luton, who are 6th, West Brom, who are 12th, Reading, who are 8th, Southend, who are 11th, and Derby, who are 10th. It's not an easy little run there. It's going to be tough for QPR to get a whole bunch of points out of that, all against teams that are in pretty much in the top half. Apart from this game against us. Right, let's go and play this game. It's absolutely huge. I've got everything crossed that we can get through this, and hopefully we are a little more incisive in front of goal than we were in the match that you saw last up, where we absolutely deserved a win but didn't quite get there. So the team that we're going with is this one. It's working well at the minute. Owusu just ahead of Morales and De Silva. I'd love to keep those 2 next year. De Silva will be here, but Owusu, Morales are on loan. So Owusu's contract is running out though. So if we can get him really bombing on in the end of the season, scoring goals, he might be the man to take over up top. At the left midfield is Seth. He's settled in really well then. He's got a little partnership going with Chambers at left back. Central ball-winning midfielder is Simons with Athalopoulos on the right. Backline, as you say, Chambers at left back, Johnson, Chilcott, who are doing well together, with Multi in right back slot, Odam in goal. I think there's definitely work we can do with this in the transfer window in the summer. There's many of these players here who I don't think I see long-term futures of the club. Obviously, Danny Barjones is not one of those. He's just signed a 2-year contract, so he will certainly be part of this next year. So much so, we'll put him on the bench. Kemp, on the other hand, he's out the door. So we've won our last 2 games. Can we make this 3 on the trot, which would be equal our best run of the season so far, which is bizarre us saying that. So very standard 4-4-2 formation from QPR. They're going to go up against our rather odd formation, which does seem to be creating chances, scoring goals. We're also starting to see. Well, not an awful lot happening in the first 27 minutes. A couple of shots from either side, but maybe an opportunity here. Simons and Chambers moving the ball about at the back, looking for a pass into Morales finally, and it's Owusu who just gets ahead of his man. Did he do that too early though? Is he going to be offside? He isn't, you know. We are 1-0 up. Huge result. Plymouth also 1-0 up, so that's significant. This goal could be huge for us. Morales, lovely ball through, and their defence just didn't move. And Owusu did very, very well. So 1-0 Wimbledon. Let's carry on this train. I like it. Well, we've reached half time. Nothing else to see. QPR are not doing badly. They are creating a few chances themselves, just not good enough to actually observe them. And as you can see, the back line is doing pretty well there. So yeah, just probably the only decent shot of the whole game, and we've put that away. Owusu, 3 goals in 3 league games, which is pretty impressive. Okay, let's go into the second half. More of the same, please. We don't want to concede a late goal here. That would be bad, or a penalty, a bad penalty. That would be very bad. Well, the ball's bouncing around. Maybe De Silva's got it here. He could have taken that down. He had loads of time. And oh, that is awful. But was that offside? I don't think that. Yeah, it looked like he went too early. A mistake, I think, from De Silva. Cilia, yeah, the forward was way, way offside. Well, not that far, but we'll certainly take the decision. Right, 51 minutes on the clock. Are we seeing a little bit more from the from QPR? Nice stuff there at the back. Chambers looking for a pass. Finds Seth. He's no options though. No options at all. Ball over the top. Here's Chilcott. Does well, but again, nobody there. They're looking for a pass through. They don't find it. Chilcott into Malty. Simons. This is better. He's found Morales. Morales into Owusu. It's in. It's 2-0. That's massive. And Owusu, he has found the back of the net. Well done, sir. A player who's done pretty much nothing when he first came here. I didn't quite know how to use him. And actually, what a terrible line from the defence there. But what the manager told us, he wants to play as a striker. It was absolutely right. That's where he should have been playing. Swapped him and Seth around, and we are laughing. We're 2-0 up, folks. Right, we've got another highlight here. I was just about to make a change. I was thinking maybe of bringing Walcott on, potentially for De Silva. Not sure yet. But this is it. De Silva, you're going to do something here. Lovely pass into Seth. And Owusu, is that a hat-trick? He looked offside there. I don't think that's a goal. It is a goal. He scored a hat-trick. Owusu. Look at this. De Silva. Beautiful ball over to Seth. And he plays it early. And Owusu timed that run to perfection. Wow. Couple of changes. Malt is coming on. Walcott coming on with Simons and De Silva making way. This could not have gone any better so far. We are 20th. Well, we took Owusu off to get a round of applause. Barjones came on. Jones came on at right back for Malty. It was an outstanding performance from Wimbledon. We absolutely dominated them, as you can see. It was maybe Not too different in the first half, but they had 0 in the second half, and we absolutely showed them who was boss. Huge victory, and we go 5 points clear of QPR, and they have that horrible run of games to come. Oh man, that is so good. And here we go. So in the end, it looks like Huddersfield picked up a late goal. Well, not that late, 79th minute. In fact, they turned it around, 2 goals in the last third of the game. And what did Preston do? They get a win. No, they lost to Oxford. And yeah, QPR losing. Plymouth won their game, which was important. So we're still 9 points ahead of Plymouth, but QPR now just 4 points away from them. So that's pretty interesting. Blackpool are completely out of it now, I think. Plymouth might have just played themselves back into contention. 9 points is a lot to get back, though, in 6 games, but it's not entirely impossible. Right, folks, let's have a look. I think what we are going to do is I'm just going to see what happens. We've got these games remaining. Some of them feel winnable. Game against Burnley, maybe they're 16th. Huddersfield are 19th. One of the teams in and around us. Could we get something there? Oxford away. That doesn't feel ridiculously hard. So I feel there is still points for us in this last run. But certainly, if we can guarantee ourselves, because we're 5 points ahead with 6 games remaining, if we can get a couple of wins in that remaining period, I think we might well be on for another championship season next year, which is all I was hoping to do. I didn't see a way to get mid-table or anything like that. It was going to be a challenge. I thought it might be too much of a challenge, but at the minute, I look at it and I think, well, maybe not. Maybe we could get something out of this. Who the heck knows? We've got some great results in recent times. Okay, folks. One last little thing, just to mention that channel membership is back. It was paused briefly due to some small issue with AdSense. That's all now been resolved. So for those channel members, you probably saw you had an email saying that channel membership was paused. It is now returning, so all those perks that you had, I'm able to give again. I wasn't able to do anything prior to that. If you are wanting to be a channel member, then you just need to go down and click the join button. But as always, there is no pressure to do that. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Big thank you to everyone who has watched this, especially those channel members who will appear at the end of the video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.